Sid, let's focus on that 10 for a moment. Real Madrid done?
No, I don't think so. And I think one of the reasons why I think they're not done is, look, this is a big gap. There's no two ways about it. No team has ever come from this far behind to win the league title in Spain. Real Madrid haven't done it, nor has anyone else. Real Madrid don't entirely convince in terms of the way they're playing either. But I think there will be opportunities to haul this back, because despite this superb start in terms of points for Barcelona, 11 wins, 1 draw in the 12 games, it feels like Barcelona at some stage will drop points. It feels like they will offer Madrid at least the opportunity to come back into this. Now, obviously, it's still a big ask, because we're talking about 4 games you need to make up at least somewhere, assuming that you're absolutely perfect in everything. The other team needs to slip up 4 times. Now, admittedly, one other advantage Real Madrid have is that 2 of those can be in the Clásico. So they do have the chance to overhaul Barcelona. I think if they come out of the Clásico the same distance behind, I think at that point you may be throwing the towel.
Sid, a word on Cristiano Ronaldo, not happy, storming off in the media zone yesterday after that victory against Apoel, saying he's not going to speak to the media because they keep twisting his words, referring to the comments that he made about the squad not being as strong as it was last season. They were twisted into the fact that he hasn't got as good a team this year as he does last, and surely that's true, isn't it?
Well, no, I mean, he came through the mix zone and he said that Dan Thomas was the greatest man on TV.
Well, of course.
That's how I understood it, and that's what we're all going to publish, which maybe is twisting his words again. I mean, the thing is, in a way, that what he said, and I think this is interesting, really, because that analysis that he gave of some of the problems that Real Madrid have had this season, and we talked about it on the show, what he said was really quite direct. You know, we miss these players. Admittedly, the question was asked of him, do you think we miss these players? And he said, look, obviously, these are important players who we haven't got anymore. But that night, his analysis was very rational, very calm, much more rational and calm than his analyses have been on occasions in the past. And I don't actually think there was anything wrong with what he said. I also, for what it's worth, don't think there was too much wrong with the way that it was portrayed. But fundamentally, he has a point, which is, why would I talk if all it does is cause problems for me?
Yeah. Well, if it's not portrayed wrongly by the media, where's the big issue, apart from the fact, as we know, he might be a little bit super sensitive? I wouldn't. If I'm him, I wouldn't bother giving any interviews, to be honest.
But I suppose the thing is, it looks like he's criticising his teammates, isn't it? In a sense, he's saying, look, you're not as good as these players that we had last year.
See, I didn't take it that way. I took it the way Sid took it. It was absolutely spot on, you know. And you've got a situation where Benzema is having an absolute shocker, and there's basically nobody else to come on. That's, to me, what he was saying about the Morata situation in particular.
How stupid would you look as a player? Take Man City, for example, or take PSG, right? If Edison Cavani was asked, are you missing Neymar and Mbappe and Verratti and Thiago Silva? And he said, no, we're not missing them. And, we're just as good a team without them. It was stupid as that, because everybody knows that's not the case. So he's pointing out the plainly obvious, that Real Madrid's ills have been partly down to the fact that key players have either been missing or off form. And that's not going to... I don't think that's going to upset anybody in the dressing room.